Yo, what's going on? Yo, welcome back to the channel, man. And today, we'll be reacting to your most diabolical confessions. Video by Birdie. Now, chat, listen. I was about to be done recording for the day, but then I saw this video. He literally posted it like 2 minutes ago as I'm recording this. It was like posted like literally 2 minutes ago. And on the thumbnail, it was just a comment that says, I once gooned to Femboy AI.
You what?
That shit almost sent me, bro. Listen, now I need to know the rest of these confessions, bro. This is going to be a laugh and a half, bro. I'm not gonna confess to anything because one, I'm no longer anonymous. Y'all can see my face right now. And two, I'm not about to put that on the internet, bro. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? I'm finna get myself arrested on some stupid, bro.
Your most diabolical confessions.
Okay.
You submitted your confessions. I will be reading.
I
and
did
I'm
no
probably
such
gonna
thing.
wish I never did. Okay, but in all seriousness though, thank you guys for submitting your confessions. I appreciate it. But without further ado, let's begin. I once picked a credit card and spent it on Clash of Clans gems before it got blocked. Wow. You know what's crazy? This is one of the most tame confessions I found, despite it being nuts. Stealing a credit card in itself is crazy. Like that just goes without saying.
Hold on. Birdie, he did not steal that bitch. He found that bitch. Finders keepers. I do not fault him for that.
Clash of Clans gems? Yo,
Yeah. Clash though, come on, bro. You're better than that, bro. The meta is Fortnite now. Freaking V-Bucks.
No, the upgrades take like 5 days, but it's not worth it. Hi, Birdie. I've been watching since the early days on your other channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you, bro. Anyways, when I was in 5th grade, some girl that used to bully my sister kept bragging that she had AirPod Pros and nobody else did. And I remember she was also the first in our school to get an iPhone 11. So for whatever reason, I decided to steal her AirPods at recess and hid them in our teacher's purse. As expected, the girl crashed the hell out and everyone had to dump out their backpacks and empty their pockets to prove that they didn't take the AirPods. Nobody found them and everyone went home for the day. I remember not seeing my teacher at school for like a week after that. And then my friend told me what happened. The girl's parents used the Find My app to locate the AirPods, which were in my teacher's house. So they went there, found my teacher, and called the police. My teacher was placed on paid leave for the rest of the year, and we had a long-term sub. I found out later that she got fired because of the event. I feel pretty bad for the teacher, but not too bad because she called me a bitch in front of the entire class a week earlier. Anyways, I've never admitted
God
this
damn.
until now. Yo, this doesn't mean I'm a bad person, right? I don't know, man. Okay, I'm just kidding. It was crazy, but you were in 5th grade, so we've all done some dumb shit as kids. Maybe not on this caliber, but there is a couple.
I just thought about it, bro, in 5th grade. I don't know, man. The worst thing I ever did in 5th grade was probably get into a fight, bro.
Cap.
I almost busted a kid's head open with a freaking rock. Wow. But that was about it. That was probably the worst thing that I'm willing to admit on camera. You know what I mean?
Times I did some shit that I definitely regret. I know a lot of you are eating while watching this video, so I would put your food away for this one. You've been warned. One time I sharded mid-class and I sat there for 15 minutes until somebody asked, yo, why does it smell like complete ass in here? So then I rushed to the bathroom hoping that they wouldn't notice that I was the one that smelled like ass. And then the moment I got to the bathroom, I just threw my underwear in the sink. I am not proud of this. The sink? Okay, not even Batman could get this out of me. Once when I was in middle school, I went on this 3-day camping field trip. Me and my bros were put in the same cabin, so you know some pranks went down. One night, we decided to sneak outside.
Some pranks went down, huh? All right, bro. Where's this? Listen, man, if this story ends with one of your boys or you putting y'all's dicks on each other's faces, bro, I'm gonna crash the fuck out, bro. Listen to me. I don't know what kind of friends y'all have, but that is not a thing friends do. Stop.
In the middle of the night. The thing was that there were teachers taking turns on sleep patrol, and they were walking around with flashlights to make sure everybody stayed in the camping
this was
area.
a school
Our
trip.
class specifically had a bad reputation. My friend got the idea to scare a teacher, so he snuck nearby them. hid behind the trees and started whispering and making scary sounds. I swear to God, this teacher started tweaking, looking behind him all the time. And then the next morning, the teacher explained it at breakfast and thought he was going schizo. And me and my bros just looked at each other, trying not to laugh. And by the way, I've been watching you for a long time. I love your content, bro. Yo, I appreciate it. This one's pretty funny.
That one was funny.
He was tweaking out a little bit too much, bro. He really thought he was going schizo. What's up, Birdie? I love watching your videos while eating. You're a super entertaining guy. Keep at it. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Anyways, last year, me and my homeboy went on an overnight trip throughout New York City. After having much fun, at around 12, both of our phones died. To get at home, we had to travel through the train, and low-key, we had no idea where to go. We'd stare at a wall with a map, still be confused as fuck. Eventually, we decided to head into the overnight gas station to buy a charger and charge one of our phones. Needless to say, we were scared shitless by now, and our parents didn't know that we did this. Turns out, you can't charge your phone in a gas station. Figures. The old Indian cashier, who I appreciate dearly to this day, suggested that we use his phone to find our destination, then take out one of those electric scooters. And we did just that. We tried to memorize the path.
Nah. Bro definitely got his money's worth off of y'all, bro. He definitely got his money's worth off of y'all. There's no way he just did that for free, bro.
We were visualizing it. And in the aftermath, we got home at around 4 a.m. Traumatized. Oh, and by the way, I spent about $35 on those fuck-ass scooters.
I told you.
35?
I told you, bro.
Criminal, bro. What the
I told
fuck?
you.
But those scooters are fun, though. But they're hella expensive. One time, I discovered an unlocked door in a classroom at college, and I thought it was a closet, but it was an entire mechanical room. There was a big rack full of network equipment, and it was connected to a big switch. I hung around after class and waited for everybody to leave, then snuck and pulled the big switch down. The power for the entire building cut out. I stayed there for a little bit in the dark, and I just sort of chilled in the pitch black hallways. And then I pulled the switch again before I left. The lights turned back on, but when I got into class the next day, the internet still wasn't working. It was broken for a whole week, and we got an email from the president of our school apologizing for the internet not working. I never told a soul until now. How did they leave that shit unlocked?
How did you get away with that?
Fifth period, when the teacher searched for some videos to play, and she accidentally clicked on your video about health class, and the class just looked at each other in disbelief and started laughing. The teachers eventually caught on and changed the video to the one that she actually wanted to play. Yo, this is the funniest one I've seen by far. Oh my god. How did she find my video out of all videos? And there's no way she just let that.
Bro, I think Birdie must underestimate how big he actually is, bro. Like, bro really underestimate how big he really is. Like, there's some times where I'll be on my, not even on any of my YouTube accounts, right? Just scrolling YouTube, and I will see a Birdie video, bro. Like, come on, bro. Put some respect on your name, B. What are we talking about?
Play for like 10 seconds. I was like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong here. Honestly, that's hilarious. When I was in the University of Iowa marching band my sophomore year, I graduate this spring. We had some crazy parties at the saxophone frat house that all the band kids went to. And I also happened to work for the campus security. So when the party got busted for loud music and drinks, I remembered that I had my work uniform in the car. So I just put it on and just acted like my drunk ass was a part of the bust. And what was crazy was my manager was also at the party and got busted since he was also in the band, but I got away with it.
Goofy
to this day.
ass.
Yo, that was
Come
an insane
on.
play. Okay, so I used
Plot
to like
twist
this
of doom,
girl
bro.
who was a grade above me. She was a junior and I was a sophomore. We were both in ROTC, and I liked her since the beginning of my sophomore year. By the second semester, I may or may not have gone too yandere on her, which means obsessed. And I deadass went out of my way to follow her around. Eventually, that got me called to the front office, and I got off on a warning. And now, every single time I see her, I walk in the opposite direction. I got no words, bro. This is one of the craziest ones I've seen by far. Or, well, ones I could put in the video. There are some that were so insane I couldn't even put them in the video. Bro. So I was visiting a family member's house in Philadelphia.
Birdie holding out on us, bro. Birdie, come on, man. You gotta put an explicit warning on the video, something. Have the video age restricted or something. But come on, bro. You can't leave us out like this, man. That's fucked up, Birdie. I don't appreciate that.
And the day before, I went to Taco Bell to see if the rumors were true, to see if Taco Bell really makes a shit brew. So after I ate it, I didn't really feel anything. But the next day, however, I really had to go really bad. And then I went, and when I flushed the toilet, I clogged it. And then when I walked out of the bathroom, there was another guy that just walked right in after me and saw the monstrosity I had left in there.
Clogged
and then
the Taco Bell
walked
toilet
in after was the one that got blamed for it, and I never went back. It's not a lie what they say about Taco Bell, bro. Like, the Taco Bell shits really can get wicked, especially if you get like that Dorito Gordita Crunch and like some nacho fries. Yeah, bro, say goodbye. It's over. You're gonna officially have beef with your colon. When I was around 8 or 9, my sister used to get on my nerves a lot, so I would routinely go into her room when she was gone and piss in her laundry basket, knowing she would blame it on the dog. I did this for 3 years until my dog died, so I knew I couldn't do it.
3 years.
Yo, what?
3 freaking years, bro. 3 years. You waited for that dog to die so you could continue to piss in your sister's freaking laundry basket for 3 years. Bro, I could not imagine. Oh my God, her room must have been rank, bro. Are you sure that dog died, or they didn't put him down because he kept pissing in your sister's basket, bro? He might have, Chad, listen, he might have gotten that dog put down and he's not ready to confess to that yet. I don't know, man. I don't trust that little green cap he got on, bro. Something about that don't sit right with me.
Yo, you got me fucking speechless again. I mean, I guess this is the type of shit that I should have been expecting to see, knowing that I'm firing up a video on confessions. I thought my crush was dressed up as a mannequin in a Target, and I flirted with one in the clothing aisle for about 20 minutes before I realized that she was hiding in the dog food aisle. And then by the time I realized that it was not her, there was a whole crowd of people that had come to watch me. And after that, let's just say I never went to Target again. And also, I love your videos. You're the GOAT. Keep up the great work. Much appreciated, bro. Yo, how did you not notice, bro? For 20 minutes? Goddamn. So in 7th or 8th grade, I had a crush on this girl we'll call Kylie. And Kylie was that girl that pretty much dated every guy in our grade. I don't know how it happened, but I caught feelings knowing damn well she would not be good for me. Then after a while, I got the brilliant idea to ask her out over Snapchat. And moments later, I see in the chat, Kylie took a screenshot of the chat. And eventually later on, everybody at my school knew. I was devastated for weeks. Juice and X on replay, AirPods in all day, wearing full black. After about 2 or 3 weeks, my homeboy came up with a plan to get back at her. And eventually, we ended up getting a hold of one of her parents' contacts. And we 6ix9'd her ass, bro. Like, we started snitching. We started throwing a little bullshit in there. We planted shit on her to make it look like she was cheating on the end of year exams, so she just had to restart everything. My homeboy somehow got evidence on her talking to other dudes while dating one of the basketball players that was over 6 feet, and sent it to him. And the next day, she was dumped by him in the cafeteria for everybody to see.
Damn.
She was bawling her eyes out and didn't say a word for the rest of the day. And as I thought we were done, my homeboy started beef with Kylie and her ex's new girlfriend, which led to a huge fight. She ended up getting suspended for the rest of the year.
Listen to me. That is the homeboy I aspire to be. What? Listen, when I heard that, when I heard that this girl cheated on my homie, I wanted to crash the fuck out on his behalf. My friends are a little too nice sometimes, bro. I hate that. They have no concept of sweet, savory, delectable revenge, bro. They have no idea how sweet that shit tastes. And I hate that. But, hey, I also can respect the man's wishes when he's like, nah, just leave it alone. You know what I mean? And they're my friends. So, obviously, I'm not trying to ruin the friendship over some bullshit. You know what I mean? But, ooh, the things I concocted in my head, bro. Listen to me. I'm not going to admit to that on camera. But, God, it would have been great. Oh, my God. The entire island would have heard my name one way or the other, bro.
year. Y'all are wild, bro. Oh my. Once when I went on a cruise with my family because it was my grandfather's birthday. Me, my brother, my mom, and dad all had to share a room together. I shared a bed with my brother, and my parents shared a bed together. My sister was in the other room, my grandpa and grandma. But one day during some free time, my brother and I, along with my cousin, decided to play some Mario Maker on my cousin's Switch in his room. However, we needed another controller. So I decided to go back to our room and get one of the Switch controllers. When I got to our room, I noticed the do not disturb sign hanging on the handle, but I didn't think of it. When I opened the door, I saw my mom and dad both, you know what. I closed the door as quickly as possible and went back to my cousin's room and said nothing about it to them. Later during the day, my mom came up to me all smiley, asked me how much I had seen. I told her nothing, but she just laughed it off and was saying how it's a natural thing for parents to do. Mind you, I was 16 when this happened, so I already knew what it was.
Yeah. Bro, you're old enough to have the talk. Listen, that's traumatizing as a motherfucker, though. Hold on. I'm not even going to try to sit here and pretend like bro does not need therapy right now, because he definitely do. But he's old enough to know what was going on. Come on now.
But at that point, I was just scarred for life. Damn, bro, I really thought
I feel
walking into somebody taking a piss was a really embarrassing and awkward situation. But this is on a whole nother level, bro. I would not wish something like this on my worst enemy.
Yeah,
right,
I couldn't possibly.
My neighbor's friend's birthday party when I was 9. Now, hear me out real quick. This is a long one. I was invited to my friend's neighbor's party since I was a good friend to him. Or, well, at least that's what he said to his parents. So they invited me over. There were other kids over, and I knew that I did not deserve to be invited. We were jumping in the bouncing castle with a football, and we were having a lot of fun until the parents called out to sing happy birthday to the neighbor kid. When we were getting ready, my dumbass friend decided to tell me, I bet you to throw the football at him for $30. Since I was very young and stupid back then, I wasted no time, and I just threw the football right at this neighbor kid's face. Wow. But I accidentally hit the mother, which caused her to fall on the edge of the table and drop the cake near the neighbor kid. Everyone looked at us with disgust and anger, so we ran out of their backyard into our houses. The mother was okay, and I apologized to her, but not to the neighbor kid. In conclusion, I know it was messed up, but in my defense, $30 is $30. You ain't lying. Love your videos too. Thank you, man.
These niggas.
Bro, when I first read that, I thought you did some crazy shit. When you said $30 is $30. I mean, to be fair, the most money you've seen in your life when you're like 9 years old is Monopoly money.
He's right, you know.
That's a lot of bread when you're 9 years
old.
But it's definitely not worth carrying all that guilt with you afterward. Basically, I'm running a casino at my school. We play We play poker with pencils and pens in every class. I've already racked up about 1,000 pencils, and I'm essentially a pencil loan shark at this point. I give people pencils at extremely inflated interest rates, and I just take the benefits. There's a whole pencil black market too, and I've never been caught. Damn, 1,000 pencils? How'd you end up with 1,000 pencils? But no, that's funny as fuck, bro. The fact that no teachers have seen this going on either is wild. So basically, I hopped on this Bluetooth speaker in this mall thing, and I blasted Fetty Wap. So a little backstory, I'd go out with my friends to random places via bike just because we had no shit to do. So that day, I just so happened to enter this one place where the people who were running it had some speakers on the second floor playing music. They had Bluetooth capabilities, however, they were playing it through an aux input, and they forgot to rip out the Bluetooth thing. So basically, I looked at the model and found it on my Bluetooth, and I clicked connect, and I absolutely blasted some music. It might have been Fetty Wap. I just said Fetty Wap for funny jokes. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. You gotta put him on to Fetty Wap. I can't even lie, bro. He had some heaters back in the day. And also, there were a frequent amount of confessions, just like this one right here. And now, obviously, I didn't want to show a bunch of them in the video.
Come on,
otherwise, YouTube probably would have demonetized the video, but
what's going on here?
Here it is. I once gooned to a femboy AI.
You what?
All right, bro. I'm into the video.
That was the thumbnail.
So I'm gonna do a part 2. The form will be linked down below. Thank you guys for all your support, and thank you to everybody who submitted a response.
Hey, Bird. Hey, we appreciate you for the video, man. that was the time. That's gonna be in my thumbnail too, bro. I don't care. I don't care, bro. But hey, man. Shout out to Birdie. There are some things that I could confess to, but then I feel like people are gonna start looking at me sideways, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times, obviously, I'll make it known that I am not a friendly person. But a lot of the times, people don't realize just how much of that I actually mean. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's some things I want to confess to, but I just can't, bro. I can't have that. I can't have that. Y'all are not ready for that yet. Maybe somewhere along the lines, I will come to a place of enlightenment to where all of my darkest, all of the darkness within my being is ready to be expelled. That's the word I was looking for. From my body and into the manosphere, or fucking whatever. I don't know, nigga. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, man. Where's my button at? Peace.